Most corporate conversations about artificial intelligence follow a predictable pattern. Leaders focus on automating frontline processes to drive efficiency, or they discuss AI-driven dashboards and executive decision support for the boardroom. This leaves out the layer of people sitting directly between those 2 points. Historically, middle managers have functioned as the connective tissue of large organizations. Their roles were built on human coordination, translating abstract executive strategy into actionable tasks for the floor, and gathering operational realities to send back up the chain. But the technology is no longer staying in its lane. AI is moving into this middle territory from both directions at once, targeting the complex relational work that once seemed beyond automation. This puts the middle layer in a uniquely exposed position. As these tools advance, many managers are being asked to implement the very technology that creates a structural challenge for their own roles. The pressure from below is driven by AI agents. These tools are now taking over the coordination, scheduling, and performance monitoring tasks that previously required a manager's constant oversight. We can see the scale of this shift discussed on the Valuetainment podcast. Professionals are now using AI to automate 15 daily tasks, from news analysis to sales reporting, compressing an entire day's work into just 2 hours. Simultaneously, a threat is arriving from above. Executives are using AI analytics to gain direct, real-time access to operational data and strategic scenarios without waiting for a human to summarize. This dual-directional automation removes the need for a human to interpret and synthesize data between layers. The information flows directly from the source to the decision-makers. These technological forces are physically compressing the hierarchy, shrinking the organizational space where middle managers traditionally created their value. This isn't a future theory. It is a measurable global reality. Look at the light 2025 forecast from the World Economic Forum. Their global economic data shows that nearly 40% of core work skills are expected to change within 5 years, with AI-driven restructuring cited as a primary driver of this disruption. Research from McKinsey confirms the corporate response. Companies deploying AI at scale are actively flattening their structures, removing management layers to increase speed. This creates significantly wider spans of control. In this new architecture, fewer managers oversee a much larger number of people. The Financial Times reported in February 2026 that several large multinationals had already reduced their middle management headcount by 15 to 25% over an 18-month period. Most of these restructurings are happening quietly, often without public announcements or structured support for the professionals whose roles are being eliminated. This creates a painful irony in the workplace. Middle managers are being asked to champion and drive the adoption of the very efficiency tools that make their own positions harder to justify. Digital transformation initiatives are effectively redesigning the corporate hierarchy from the inside out, often without an honest conversation about what these changes mean for the people in the middle. When we look past the organizational charts, we have to consider the human reality for the professionals occupying these roles. These are experienced workers who have made significant personal investments in their careers. Many are primary earners for their households, facing a shift that doesn't appear on a productivity dashboard. Executing these layoffs without genuine transition support is a major strategic risk, especially in regions already facing severe labor market strain. In South Africa, as highlighted by public sector leaders, aggressive AI adoption is colliding with pre-existing skill shortages, making a lack of reskilling strategies even more damaging. Treating this restructuring as a simple cost optimization exercise risks long-term damage to corporate trust, culture, and the ability to retain talent. For the individual manager, the path forward is not resistance, but reinvention. The roles that survive will be those that move away from information translation and focus on the tasks AI cannot replicate. This means doubling down on distinctly human capabilities, building deep team trust, navigating complex interpersonal dynamics, and exercising nuanced ethical judgment. Fluency in AI tools provides the technical foundation for the future, but the most resilient managers will be those who choose to rely on their uniquely human ability to lead.